On paper, Teen Titans looks like a mess. One minute it's Beast Boy turning into a cow for no reason, the next minute it's Robin having a full-on identity crisis. This show could go from slapstick comedy to emotional trauma faster than the theme song could finish, and somehow it worked, because Teen Titans wasn't just a superhero cartoon, it was quietly one of the smartest shows Cartoon Network ever aired. Teen Titans didn't start out trying to be the darkest cartoon on TV. It also wasn't trying to be a straight comedy. What the creators actually aimed for was something a lot harder, a superhero show that could be taken seriously without pushing younger viewers away. That's why the art style feels so exaggerated and expressive, while the stories underneath deal with things like responsibility, trust, and identity. The characters aren't adults pretending to be teenagers, they're kids dealing with adult level problems, and the show never rushes them through it. Teen Titans took ideas from DC Comics, simplified them for a younger audience, and then let the characters carry the weight instead of the lore. And that balance between fun on the surface and sincerity underneath is what made the show stand out when it first aired. Teen Titans live in a constant state of tonal whiplash. You'll get an episode that opens with Beast Boy doing something stupid, Cyborg encouraging it, and Robin already stressed out of his mind. And then, without warning, the show drops a serious moment that actually lands. Most cartoons can't pull that off. The tone shift usually feels forced or worse, accidental, but Teen Titans commits to it. The comedy isn't there to undercut the drama, it's there to make the serious moments hit harder. When the show slows down, it earns that space. When it gets silly, it lets itself be silly. And because the characters feel consistent, the emotional moments don't feel out of place, they feel inevitable. The balance is why an episode can end on a joke and still leave you thinking about it long after the credits roll. The show works because the team feels like people first, and superheroes second. Every character has a clear role, but more importantly, they have clear flaws. Robin isn't just the leader, he's a teenager trying to live up to impossible expectations. Control is how he copes, and when that control slips, the cracks show. Raven keeps everyone at arm's length, not because she doesn't care, but because she cares too much. Her struggle is quiet, internal, and the show never rushes it. Cyborg hides his trauma behind confidence and humour. He jokes, he builds, he fills the space, because slowing down means thinking about what he lost. Beast Boy looks like comic relief, but he's often the emotional pressure valve. He cracks jokes so others don't have to sit in silence. And Starfire sees the world without filters. Her innocence isn't stupidity, it's honesty. She asks the questions everyone else avoids. None of these arcs are loud, none of them are rushed, and together, they're why the show never needed constant spectacle to stay interesting. Teen Titans never relied on villains just being loud and powerful. The best threats in the show didn't win because they hit harder, they won because they got inside the character's head. Slade is the clearest example. He's calm, patient, and unsettling, and the show uses him sparingly. When Slade shows up, it doesn't feel like a boss fight, it feels like pressure. Then there's Terra, not a villain in the traditional sense, but a character whose choices have consequences. The show doesn't excuse her actions, but it also doesn't simplify them. What makes these arcs work is that the Titans don't reset afterward. Mistakes linger, trust is damaged, and sometimes there isn't a clean win. For a kid's cartoon, that willingness to sit with discomfort was quietly bold. Teen Titans holds up today because it's trusted with its audience. It didn't explain every feeling out loud, it didn't rush character growth, and it didn't assume younger viewers needed everything softened. The animation still feels expressive, the writing is deliberate, and the show knows when to slow down instead of constantly escalating. Even years later, the episodes don't feel dated, because they're built around emotion, not trends. Teen Titans never tried to be the biggest superhero show on TV, it just tried to be honest with its characters, and that's why it's still being talked about today. Teen Titans didn't need to be edgy, and it didn't need to be loud. It just needed time, care, and characters that felt real. That's why so many people still connect with it, not because it was perfect, but because it took its audience seriously. If you watch this show growing up, I'm curious, which episode stuck with you the most? And if you want deeper dives into arcs, characters, and cartoons that actually respected their viewers, you know where to find them.